The alarming possibility, psychokinesis as the missing link between energy and consciousness. An alarming possibility lingers on the fringes of both science and mysticism, the idea that psychokinesis may be real. This concept, long dismissed by mainstream thought, could in fact be the missing link between energy and consciousness, a bridge connecting the intangible nature of mind to the tangible world of matter. As many of you already understand, everything in this universe is energy. Your body, your thoughts, your emotions, they are all different manifestations of energetic patterns. Quantum physics, a field often regarded as the most accurate framework for understanding the physical world, has revealed profound truths that challenge our everyday perceptions. It has shown that particles behave differently when observed, suggesting that consciousness itself influences the material world. Reality, according to quantum mechanics, is not a collection of solid objects, but rather a field of vibrating probabilities, a soup of potential that collapses into form only when observed. In this strange yet beautiful matrix, mystics and modern physicists converge on a radical conclusion: the mind is not just a passive observer of reality, but an active participant in its formation. If this is true, then the implications are staggering. What else might we be capable of? How far does the reach of consciousness extend? This question has intrigued more than just spiritual seekers and fringe theorists. In fact, throughout history, some of the most brilliant minds in science and art have explored these mysteries. The Soviet era in particular was home to a curious intersection of rational science and esoteric inquiry. One notable figure often cited is Nina Kolodjina, a Russian woman reputed to demonstrate psychokinetic powers under controlled laboratory conditions. Yet, she was far from alone in questioning the boundaries of reality. Interest in mysticism and the occult was widespread among prominent figures of Russian science and culture during that era. Consider Dmitry Ivanovich Mendeleev, the renowned chemist who created the periodic table of elements, a cornerstone of modern chemistry. Few know that Mendeleev was also deeply fascinated by spiritualist practices, devoting significant time to their study. Another key figure was Vladimir Bekhterev, a psychiatrist and physiologist who pioneered the study of the human brain. Bekhterev conducted complex experiments involving mediums and explored the invisible forces emitted by the mind, what he referred to as invisible brain waves. His work, though largely forgotten today, laid the groundwork for a holistic view of the human psyche. Among those drawn to mysticism were also some of the most profound Russian philosophers, such as Pavel Florensky and Vladimir Solovyov, both of whom sought to reconcile religious mysticism with scientific inquiry. Their writings delve into metaphysics, the soul, and the divine potential within human consciousness. The artistic world was equally enchanted. Writers like Leonid Andreev, Valery Bryusov, Fyodor Sologub, and Mikhail Bulgakov infused their work with themes of the supernatural, madness, and metaphysical questioning. Andrei Bely, known for his symbolist novels, explored altered states of perception and the spiritual essence of language. The poet Alexander Blok, the artist Vasily Kandinsky, and the composer Alexander Scriabin all sought to express the unseen world through their art, believing in the interconnectedness of sound, color, form, and consciousness. This shared obsession with the mystical did not occur in a vacuum. It reflected a deeper cultural intuition that the mind is not bound by the limitations we typically assume. Instead, it may be a key that unlocks deeper levels of reality, a force that shapes not only perception but the very structure of the universe. If psychokinesis, or any direct influence of mind over matter, is real, then it calls into question the mechanistic worldview that has dominated science for centuries. It suggests that consciousness is not a byproduct of brain chemistry, but rather a primary force of nature, perhaps even the fundamental one. In the meeting place between quantum physics, ancient mysticism, and the pioneering inquiries of Russia's cultural elite, we find a vision of reality where the unseen is not imaginary, but essential. Here, the possibilities are as vast as the universe itself, and perhaps, within us lies the power to shape it. Consciousness, the more we understand that reality is not as it seems. It is not fixed so rigidly and not separated from us. That is why we need to talk about Carlos Castaneda. The assemblage point controls perception. He did not just experience these phenomena. He documented them. He lived them and did them. It was he who revealed the hidden system of knowledge that explains why energy can be controlled and how reality changes under the influence of consciousness. Then such is Carlos Castaneda. Yes, he started out as an anthropologist, but soon went beyond the usual scientific research. He immersed himself in the teachings of Don Juan Matus Yakushiman, who revealed the true essence of reality. Castaneda's experience was not limited to shamanic rituals or mystical revelations. He touched on the destruction of illusions that surround us all around. This is energy and nothing is truly fixed. The physical world consists of vibrations of energy that are constantly changing depending on how we perceive it. For example, shamans claim to be able to see energy in its true form as luminous threads that form everything. Some of them could even manipulate this energy, healing, moving objects, or creating miracles that defy the laws of physics. This echoes the discoveries of quantum physics, which says that matter is just a collection of energy waves that take shape when we observe them. The assemblage point is a fixed position of consciousness that locks us into a particular version of reality. For most people, the assemblage point remains stuck in one position, which means they can only see one narrow version of existence. Change it and reality changes. For example, Don Juan taught Castaneda to move his assemblage point through deep concentration, energy work, and special body movements. When this happened, the world itself changed colors, became brighter, objects took on new shapes, and time seemed to bend.